Hello everyone, this is Nnena.
And I'm Ngozi, and welcome back to our channel, Ejima.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about
whether there is a war on men. Alright? So if you're interested in this topic, stay tuned and subscribe because it's going to get hot, okay?
Okay, so this stems from, we've had a video about is the manosphere toxic, right? And these type of videos tend to get a lot of reaction specifically from men, right? Talking about why can't we go our own way? Oh, we don't want to date anymore.
It's not worth
we don't want to get married.
The court system.
They're gonna take half of everything.
Women get everything. The women get everything. It doesn't favor us. And we understand, we're women. We speak from a woman's perspective. So naturally, everyone has their own bias, whether you want to agree or not, because you only understand your own experience.
And who the people you're around, their experience.
Right. So I understand it's coming from it. It made me really think about, recently, I believe it was April 12th, like 2 weeks ago, Cam Newton was on $1 Million podcast. And I know everyone has heard about it by now. And basically, he was describing what he, wants from a woman or he expects from a woman.
Honestly, sorry, but I'm a bit...
Cam Newton is a football player. He, on the Panthers. Isn't North Carolina your team?
Oh my gosh.
He was drafted 2011. He's a big deal. Like, he's, used to... Yeah, like, he's like a big deal. Like, he's a good player or whatever. So he basically talked about, like, he not really into that whole boss bitch thing, like that whole mentality. But that's what he said. Like, he wants... Okay, I don't want to get... But I want to... put up the article, $1 million worth of game podcast, and who's basically saying this is what really his evaluation of a woman should be, right? So he said about knowing how to cook, knowing how to be quiet when it's necessary, knowing how to basically cater to your man. And a lot of people really made a big deal out of it. Like, honestly, I heard it on The View like last week, and they were like laughing, ha ha ha, like he's crazy. And I just felt like it's crazy how like these basic things now, like basically the whole idea of what we're talking about is the idea that when men say certain things, it's like they have to kind of like walk on their tippy toes because they know how reactionary some people are going to be. Men are afraid of being labeled misogynistic. Exactly. I don't cook. I don't clean. But it's like when men say certain things, like, oh my gosh, everyone's so quick.
Say that?
Yeah, like you're misogynistic. You want a woman to cook? At the end of the day, it's like, I get it. I just feel like because of the line of work that we're into, I feel like I naturally just have thick skin. Like, I feel like people have their own opinions. Like, we're all different. Like, I can't get mad at somebody for wanting what they want.
Right.
Same way we flip the tables, you as a man don't get mad when a woman says she wants what she wants.
So the question is there a war on men?
Right.
Okay. I wouldn't say necessarily there's a war on men, but I do understand. I'm sympathize with men. I'm a woman, but doesn't mean... I think sometimes I'm a bit delusional because I feel like every woman is like the women I'm around,
or think like
the women I'm around. But you see a lot of women, like our video we just had like a couple of weeks ago, they want this and that in a guy, and they have almost nothing to compare to what they want in a guy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why is it wrong for a man to say what he wants in a woman? This is a freaking man that's loaded.
This is an average man.
This is high value man. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a guy making $20K.
And he was asked this too. There's a lot of people put on TikTok. Like he went on Twitter like, my woman gotta know. And even if he did that, this is business.
I don't like, this is a guy that has so much money. Like, what is wrong with... I feel like the things Ngozi just named to me, I didn't hear about... I'm a bit outdated sometimes.
I don't know how you didn't hear about this.
In my own world, life is real. But, like, I don't see anything wrong with what he said. I don't see anything wrong in what he listed who want in a woman. This is
and like, what did he even have to say to defend himself? While he was talking, he was like, yeah, there's a lot of women who are bad bees. And I say bees in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? Yes, so basically, he talked about all these things, and basically they were like slamming him. Even newscasters on all these sports news, all these shows are talking about it, like, oh my god! And these are men, basically. And I understand. I feel like I said, because of how afraid now everyone has to be politically
and that's
correct.
What I don't like is that people
can say how they really feel.
Exactly.
When it comes to race, gender, sexuality, all these, everyone feels like they have to just agree with what's politically correct. Doesn't mean that they believe in it. Because these same newscasters, men talk about but our wives are traditional. So it's like you guys are knocking him for saying what he wants in a woman, which basically describe like a traditional woman, but you guys are married to traditional women.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think sometimes I could relate to that, like being like, a modern black woman, you get a lot of pushback from people around you, right? Because people be like, oh, you have girls like, oh, I want this, I want that. And they'll be like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm not a boss chick.
Mm-hmm. I'm not interested in that life.
I'm not a boss
chick.
Everyone's
like,
you're not a boss chick?
Everyone's supposed to every woman's supposed to want to be an entrepreneur, have 4 businesses, making...
And sleep 4 hours.
Right, like that's the narrative push.
And
that's fine if you want that, you're a woman, that's okay, but it's like everyone doesn't want that.
Right.
And then don't get mad when that narrative of this boss being a boss babe now is kind of almost negative because those women are seen as putting everything before a man, not knowing how to cater to men.
Kind of like over, like
almost masculine,
yeah,
in a way. So I just feel like it was really interesting how he got so much heat, but you have women say all the time like men are dumb. F men, my man used to, you know what I mean? So I feel like, let's be real, we're women. Of course, we're always naturally, we're always going to advocate for women. Same way, men are advocating for men. But when you see something wrong, man or woman, you have to address it.
Call a spade a spade.
You cannot be just sitting on one side because you want to just protect your own gender.
And the thing that, Ngozi, that really kills me sometimes, even speaking as a woman, is that like, I never say men are trash. I never say this. I get frustrated with men, of course, because they do silly things. But I would never open my mouth to say men are trash because I want a man. Am I going to say that man's not going to be trash? He's not going to be trash. But the thing is that like, a lot of times we're the first ones to say the things about men, but people treat you how you let them treat you.
We do the picking. Same way the same men when men say, oh, women are this, women are that. No, you do the picking. So how about maybe it's the women you are picking, the women you are choosing, the men you are picking, the men you are choosing. But it's like, I just feel like as if we're in America. We're in the land that people are fighting to come here because of the freedom that's here. Mm-hmm. So it's like if someone doesn't have the right to say how they feel just because they're a celebrity or people basically blowing out of proportion, I just feel as if we can't live like this. Mm-hmm. We as a society are not going to get better if everyone feels if they have to be quiet and be politically correct. Say what you say. Say what you want to say. Of course, there's a way to say things. I literally went through Kim the whole thing. He did not say nothing crazy. Like it wasn't like these.
But do you think? Okay, let's take. Do you think having like that, like Nigerian-American background can also make you not take some of the stuff that he says as serious?
I spoke to mommy about this a couple days ago. It's very male-dominated.
Right.
So it's like, it's not some... I'm not saying necessarily some of it is toxic. I talked to my mother about it. Like, some of it is very toxic. But we grew up in a male... It's not negative for you to put a man... Yeah, like, it's not a... Oh, you're submissive. Oh, you're weak.
You cook for your man every day.
He can't go scoop his own food. Oh, he can't do... You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like this idea of women think that being empowered and being these feminists means not respecting men or not putting a man as valuable, not seeing a man as valuable.
You could be a feminist and look at men as valuable.
Right? They just valuable people. White women do it. You know what I mean? So I feel like this idea that feminism is so radicalized and I think it's just this third wave or whatever it is, feminism a lot of women are following, and this idea that. Let's be real. I think, especially in our community, I just feel like this is a deeper topic. But a lot of women don't really respect men. That's just I feel like that's the foundation of it. Like,
so? Yes, I think it's because the men
society. And not saying it's necessarily their fault. Maybe how they're raised, had an absentee father. The men in their lives never did nothing for them. They don't look at men like, oh, he's just valuable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't. Yeah, like, oh, I need to feed him before I feed myself. You know, they don't look at a lot of women, especially in our community, don't really have that high esteem, regard, respect for men.
Like we should, because the men haven't shown up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that is necessarily their fault, but I've just noticed that when you see like other cultures, even like Hispanic cultures, that there's a reverence for men. Even foreign like black countries, there's a reverence for men. Like these men are put like on a higher, like you're a man, you're a woman. It's not to say you're below, you're less worthy, but it's like a man is known that his role, he has certain things that he does, and he's very valuable.
Call their husband sir, like literally, I was shook. Like, there's some things I'd be like, it's a bit extreme, but I get that's their culture. That's where they come from. Literally, like, the way she was treating her husband was like he was almost God. Like, got up, opened this bottle of soda, scoop his food, prostrate for him. I was just like, and this man, basic. Simple man. You don't.
But that's the point. It's the only men who are high value supposed to get that respect. Isn't a man a man? But let us know. We don't want to make this too linked, but I really wanted us to talk about this because I think that this is a trend I'm noticing more and more. A lot of men feel as if they have to say what's going to sound right instead of what they really feel. And I think this is why we ended up on a manosphere. Why it's becoming so more and more unpopular.
The men have become so liberated.
Is there space where they can really say the things that they can't say on national, cable television and all this stuff? yourself without being labeled misogynistic. And some of these men are misogynistic. Let's not get it twisted.
Some of them are
you can chew gum and walk at the same time. Some of them are really misogynistic. But I don't think because a man says what he expects from a woman, these basic things that are traditional doesn't necessarily make him misogynistic.
Right.
That I don't, same if I say I want a man who could pay all my bills, who can take care of me, who can do this, set up a good life for me. Does that make, you know what I mean? Like that
doesn't make you a good.
Yeah, that I may just be a traditional woman and looking for a man that traditional. I feel as if that's his job, what he's supposed to do for me. Same way some men may feel like a woman's job is to clean or a woman's job is to cook. Traditionally, that's what we were doing. It's only because men and women are both working now. Let's be real. Like we have to understand the reason why society has adjusted is because we are the workforce now. You know what I mean? Like you can't expect a woman to do these same things when she's working as much as you.
Even more.
But if you're a high-powered man and your wife is staying at home, maybe she can do those things because she physically has the time. You know what I mean? So I just feel as if let people do what they want to do. To each his own. Everyone can live their own life. Different folks, different strokes. But like I said, let's call a spade a spade. So let us know how you feel. Is there a war on men? Men especially. Comment down below. Let us know how you feel and give us examples. Like, what are some things that you feel as if you can't say because you're afraid of being attacked by other women and men or being labeled as misogynistic? Is there a war on men? And if you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe,
like, share.
We have videos every week. We're coming at y'all ready, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.